All right. How is everybody doing? We are live. I've got all sorts of stuff coming up. I've got some previews of upcoming videos. I've got cats all over in my way. I've got looking at my Cedar Point Haul, mail to open up, and answering your questions. It's going to be a busy live feed for the next 60 minutes. Okay, so my cats have actually moved over to the dining table now. They just thought it was playtime or something. But good to see everybody. Excited about tonight. I've got a number of things that I want to talk about. So good to see everybody popping in already. It's going to be a fun live stream. Couple quick things I do want to cover. One, if you have not checked it out yet, please make sure you check the links in the description. We've got a new Facebook fan group. It's not a SirWillow, all about SirWillow thing and me posting. This is everybody kind of posting all of their thoughts and what they're doing and when they're going to parks and when they're doing regular life and just having a lot of fun. So it's a great, fun group. I encourage you to check it out. So look for the Fans of SirWillow group link below. There's also links to the Reddit, Facebook store, and all sorts of other stuff in there as well. So be sure to check all those out. But I'm just having a blast with the new community thing, and so I really encourage you to check it out. I'm looking down here at my list to make sure I don't forget anything. But that's my one kind of big promo commercial announcement. You know, if you're new for whatever reason, hey, make sure you hit the subscribe button. See, Matt, I knew you were going to ask that. So 1 second. Come here, brat. There she is. There's Sandy for you. And she has been in an obnoxious mood all day, so I'm going to let her go right on because otherwise she is going to end up causing all sorts of issues, like her tail on my face. Thank you, cat. Wanted to give you a little bit of a preview of some of the things that I'm actually going to be doing here in the upcoming future. I still have to do a video on my Cedar Point review, talking about the park and the coasters and what I thought and what I liked and what I didn't like and all that. So that will be coming up next week, and it's going to have all sorts of pictures and video from Cedar Point. So look for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you really want to know what I think about Cedar Point, that's going to be the video to watch. I do have another 360-degree video coming up tomorrow showing you the Showboat Branson Bell. So if you've always wondered what that is, it'll be a good time to let you see that. Let me know, too, if you've been enjoying the 360 videos or not. It's kind of a new thing. I'm still kind of experimenting with a little bit. But I would really love your feedback on those. And then I'm going to go back. And for those of you who have not been with me for the whole 2+ years I've been doing this, I'm actually going to go back and I'm going to revisit a couple things I did way back. And I don't want to say redo it because I'm not. But I'm going to be talking about some of the things I did way back then and updating them. Cat hair in my nose. For example, one of the very first videos I did was silly guest questions at Silver Dollar City and stuff they would ask us at the train. Well, at the time I did that, it was really kind of a concept idea. Here's what I may try to do. And if you look at it now, it's like, ooh, it's almost cringy. So I'm going to be updating that and adding a whole lot more into it. And hopefully being able to do that with green screen. I'm also looking at taking another look at the Make-A-Wish kids and what it was like to experience working with them when they came up. And some of the disabilities and other things. And hopefully a wonderful video. I'm going to give you a full look at all my collections. I hope you enjoyed the video on the pins. But you can see there's a lot more stuff back there than just pins. And I got a whole lot more in my office. So I'm going to let you get a really good look at all of that stuff, including just how many of those things I have. You can get a little bit of a look at all the cups. Well, that's not even a beginning for you. And then I've also got so a couple other things I'm looking at that way. So should be a lot of fun. Michael, what was my favorite park to work at? I'm guessing you're new, Michael. I honestly can't pick between the three. I loved every one of them for different reasons, and so there really isn't a favorite. I had a blast. So, offhand, Disney, Justin Scarlett. I'm actually a subscriber to both of them. I love Justin's stuff with Random Land. In fact, I actually every now and then will post in his Sometimes Mob group on Facebook. So enjoy both of them and watch when I do have time to watch YouTube. Do I play Smash? No, I don't. Sorry, Plush. I don't play a whole lot of games because I really don't have a lot of time. And in fact, the people who are on Discord will occasionally see me look like I'm playing a game, and it'll be usually like Civ. And it's because the game is actually just sitting here on my computer doing absolutely nothing while I'm doing other stuff. So, did I get any Spectrum Magic photos? Yes, I do actually have a bunch of photos of Spectrum Magic, Chris. Remind me, ask in that group page, and I'll get a link to those for anybody who'd like to see those. Drew, I'd love to do some more Busch Gardens videos. I'm trying to come up with what I'm thinking I may do in Busch in the future, and I don't have a timeline, is actually do kind of a ride-through simulated Rhino Rally ride with me narrating all the way and doing pictures and video and stuff and splicing it in. So at some point, that's on the list to do. So, but that's kind of a preview of what's coming up. If there's other videos that you would like to see me do, please let me know. Give me some good suggestions. Thank you so much, Joshua. I really appreciate that. I do try to keep it positive. In fact, here's a good question. I actually had somebody send me a note earlier that asked, how do you stay so cheerful? And I kind of laughed because you see the really positive, happy me, and then when I'm done, I go, my kids actually laugh about how everybody thinks I'm so happy and cheerful all the time. The truth is, yes, I am happy. But when I am on camera or in the parks or something like that, I am in kind of what I call a performance mode, which means I'm a little more upbeat and happy and exuberant, and it's still me. But then when I get away from people, it's kind of like, okay, I can go hide and relax and just kind of drain. If you ever watched the cast member video where I talked about walking backstage, you're like, that's me. It really is. So, let's see. Yeah, Miss Sadie, try the 360s on your phone. Hopefully it'll work better. Worst shirt? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I don't know offhand what the worst shirt would be. I have to think about that. How much I like or dislike the uniforms I had to wear? That's actually a good question. I loved what I wore at Silver Dollar City. It was just fun. Disney was okay. Busch Gardens, it was hot. It was strict polyester at Busch. The Disney outfit was great. I loved what I wore at Silver Dollar City. Meet and greet still on for September 15th. Yes, that is the plan, Billy. Let me glance at my calendar here, make sure nothing else has come up, because, yeah, that's the way life is. Okay, I have it penciled in. September 15th at Silver Dollar City. Yes, meet and greet is there. Jack Skellington, I've actually got a couple great videos about prepping for Disney. There's a video there called How I Got My Job at Disney, and it will have all sorts of information there. So, how do I find my group page on Facebook? Chris, look in the description below. There's a link right there for you. Nice and easy. Brizzy Voices and Brian Hull are also awesome. I love Brian Hull in particular. Brian is one of my favorites. Want to give you a quick glimpse of Disney, and I see there's a couple more questions there. I will come back. Don't think I'm missing you. I am going... So September 15th, we mentioned Silver Dollar City. We will be there. We will meet about noon on the 15th, probably near the train station. I will definitely confirm that. Gosh, we're 2 weeks out on that already, aren't we? Okay, let's make that in stone. Noon, September 15th at the train station at Silver Dollar City. I look forward to meeting everybody there. Rain or shine, I will be there. October, from the 10th to the 13th, I will be at Walt Disney World again, and I am so excited because it's not just me. It's all my family coming this time. We are actually flying in... I still have cat hair. I'm sorry. It's like, ah! We are flying in late on Tuesday night, the 9th. So we're there... Actually, by the time we get to the hotel, it'll probably technically be Wednesday morning. We will be there opening at Animal Kingdom to rope drop Avatar. That's what I'm trying to think of. So we will be there early. We're going to catch a lot of things in the morning. We've got lunch scheduled with a group at Tiffin's. And then the afternoon, my family's going to crash at the hotel. I'm actually going to be having a meet and greet at Animal Kingdom Lodge on Wednesday, October 10th in the lobby. Planning for about 3 o'clock. So if you were in the area, that's going to be the time to come up. All you have to do is stop at security and say, hey, you're meeting a friend who's staying at the hotel. They'll let you in. You can park free. And we'll have some fun in the lobby and get to talk and meet. And then after that, I'll be going back to Animal Kingdom later that evening and closing it out. On Thursday, we will be at Magic Kingdom all day. We'll probably start a little late so we can get a little sleep. And then we're staying from probably 11 all the way through till Not So Scary is over. So we'll be Magic Kingdom all day on Thursday, the 11th. Friday, the 12th, I will be at Epcot through lunch, then going over to Studios for the afternoon and evening. And then Saturday morning, I've got about 2 to 3 hours. So we're going to be hitting Epcot briefly, trying to catch a couple things like Soaring and Test Track and Frozen maybe. And then it's out the door and heading off to the airport to head back home. So it's going to be a squish trip. That's kind of why I'm doing the meet and greet on the Wednesday afternoon, because there just isn't really time. Yes, Not So Scary, I am so excited about. So yes, there's your meet and greet, Walt Disney Planet, October 10th, Animal Kingdom Lodge. Not So Scary on the 11th. What is my favorite Mickey Mouse outfit? Whichever one Mickey's wearing. As long as he's got something on, that's a good... No, I'm sorry. That's. I love Sorcerer Mickey. I think that's a great outfit. I only saw the Steamboat Willie outfit once, but I love Sorcerer Mickey. Yeah, I'm sorry, Kathy. Won't be able to do it. Here is some good news. Just because of the way things are working out... my wife gets paid here in 2 weeks, which means we kind of get back even on money again, and I will have an opportunity to do some extra work and try to get a little extra money saved up. So I am optimistically believing, fingers crossed, that when we are there in October, that I'm going to be able to upgrade my park hopper ticket and probably my daughter's park hopper ticket and turn them into an annual pass. The reason for that is we are looking... I've already got some things in the work for possibly March, where my daughter and I might be able to come down for a week or so, just the two of us, and kind of relax and spend some time and be a great opportunity to meet people. March is not definite yet, but that's the hope. And then next July and August, we will be there. It will either be me and my wife, or me, my wife, and my daughter. Don't know about my son yet, maybe, but there will be at least 2 and possibly all the way up to all 4 of us there at the end of July and the first part of August of next year. We've got actually a week-long convention that we've got to be there for, and business meetings and stuff, but I found a house to rent, and I'm working on securing that and locking it in now, so that way we will be guaranteed to be down in Florida next summer about this time. So I'm excited about that, and that way the annual pass will pay for itself in just a couple trips. So that's exciting, and I will definitely be able to do meet and greets and stuff with that. So there's kind of a real look at the long-term future of things for you. But really excited about all that. It's something that even a few months ago, I was just kind of going, oh yeah, wouldn't it be great to get back to Disney again, and maybe we'll make it next summer, and now it really looks like it's going to happen. So very excited. We're finding a great deal on the house to rent. Do you all realize if you're going to be in Orlando for a week or more, it's cheaper to rent a house than it is a hotel room? Check it out. It's amazing. So, what rides have been removed from Disney World I miss the most? There actually were not that many, because it wasn't that long ago since I worked at Disney World, and my first time at Disney was when I actually started to work there in 2006. So, I loved Mr. Toad at Disneyland. I've been to Disneyland since I was a kid, so I can say Mr. Toad because I loved Mr. Toad. But honestly, a lot of the ones that have been removed at Disney World, I can't say too much on, Nate. Now, my kids can tell you in a quick minute which one they miss the most, because they're already both upset it's not there. And that's Stitch's Great Escape. They loved Stitch, and they're not happy about it being gone. I would probably say the Great Movie Ride. I love the Great Movie Ride. So, are there any rides that I don't like? Very, very few. There's a few roller coasters I haven't liked, and I actually did a whole video on that. But really, I love rides in general. And yes, I even ride the kiddie rides, and I enjoy them. So, what food items am I most excited to have when I go to Disney? Dole Whip. Dole Whip is one of my favorites. We're actually, because we've been blessed that somebody's giving us a deluxe dining plan, we're going to be trying all sorts of stuff we've never tried. So, One Up Girl, ask me that after the trip, and I'll be able to tell you all a much better deal. What feeling is better than seeing the castle through the monorail window? That's easy, Will. Seeing the castle up close and in front of you. Monorail, you're not in the park yet. You can ride the monorail without going in the park. But once you're in it, it's... Oh, okay. I will definitely check out Mickey Travels One Up Girl, thank you for the recommendation. Send me a message with that, because I know here in 30 minutes it will be gone and I will have completely forgotten of it. Have any of you met a robot? Hey, I've met a talking trash can. Does that count? There you go, Chris. Oh, Miss Sadie, that's a complicated question. What theme park that doesn't exist would I like to see built? Oh, there's some... If you ever played Roller Coaster Tycoon, there's some incredible ones. But have I been to any Six Flags parks? MJ Wiggles, you need to actually check out some of my videos from last summer. There's Six Flags over Texas, Six Flags St. Louis. Those are just the ones I've done videos on. I've been to 8 of the Six Flags parks. So yes, been here a bunch. Fairy Haven, yes, you are late. You're fired. I'm taking it out of your check. You should be ashamed. And for those of you who don't know, Fairy Haven 13 is my daughter, and if I were to actually point, she's about, 50 feet that way. That way. Yes, I've been to Six Flags Great America, Weird Al. In fact, if you watch my favorite coasters video, I talk about one of their coasters in it. And that would probably be my favorite, although Raging Bull was close. I love Viper. I do want to show you a little bit about what I got. Show you a little bit. Yes, this is going to be one of them days where talking is going to be interesting. Of course, you know, I just got back from Cedar Point, and I can't go to a theme park without buying stuff. In fact, I actually am even wearing it. Gee, isn't that shocked that I would get a train shirt? Yeah. But, had a great time at Cedar Point. Again, a huge thank you to Mark for taking me along. Those of you who don't know the story, this guy contacts me by email about 2.5-3 weeks before the trip and says, hey, are you interested in going? My friend canceled. And Mark covered almost everything. A lot of it was paid for already and just blew me away and just, hey, you're along for the ride. Oh my goodness, what a fantastic trip. So thank you again, Mark, so much. And of course, I did pick up a few things along the way. You know, you stop at the rest stop and you got to get the map of Indiana. But, and then, let's see, where did it go? I've actually got, I put them in a different place. Oh, there they are. I got a little stack of stuff here, and I'm trying to keep it straight and not make a mess, and yeah, if you know me. And of course, for the brochure collection, well, we've got Holiday World. Great park if you've never been to Holiday World. There's a good one to visit. Indiana Beach, which I have not been to since 2002. But yes, got the brochure. And then a couple other things from Holiday World and the Indianapolis Zoo. So those all go into the collection, so love those kinds of things. What's my favorite pin trading moment? I actually talk about that in one of my videos, Josh, but let me think about it. I got to remember. Oh, Cedar Point started a new thing, too, this year where you can get an all-day picture pass or an all-season picture pass. So I did get that. They actually give you a lanyard which you can wear, and I will talk about that in the review video. So, beautiful day in this neighborhood, Amber? Yeah, okay. Let's see here. Thank you, One Up Girl. Favorite pin trading moment. Actually, it wasn't a trade, and it will involve Amber. It was the very first time we were at Animal Kingdom, which was the first Disney World park we'd been to. We'd filmed a commercial and stuff in the morning, and we were sitting there waiting for the parade. And Amber, gosh, let's see, this is 2006? 2005. How old were you, Amber, back then? 10? Something like that. We're waiting for the parade, and we're sitting on the planter, and Amber reaches into the planter and grabs some twigs and leaves and stuff, and she makes this little flag. And as the parade hasn't come, they're walking up and down the street to make sure everything's clear, and she's going, yay, Mickey, yay, Disney World, with this little grass flag made of leaves. And one of the workers saw that and went, that is so neat. I'll tell you what, I would love to have your flag. Will you autograph it for me and I will trade you? And she gives Amber a pin in exchange for this twig and leaf thing. Just a really neat moment. So, did I go to Circus World in Orlando? Circus World no longer exists. It actually went through a phase called Boardwalk and Baseball. Okay, this will be a cool bit of history for you, S. Ross. It was originally Circus World, opened up by Barnum and Bailey, and then somebody else, I think it was a book publisher, if I remember right, bought it, changed it to Boardwalk and Baseball. It actually closed down after only a couple years, and this was back in like the late 90s. They leveled pretty much all the park. Well, when I moved to Florida, and then we moved over towards Orlando in 2006, we actually moved right across the freeway from where that park used to be. And I mean, we could look right where it is. There's a huge shopping center there now with a bookstore and a Target and a Cece's Pizza and other stuff. And we would go there all the time for our shopping. But that's where the park was. So yeah, it's gone now. So, any Disney pins I'm hunting for? Chippendale, Figment. If you look in the video, Frog Prince, there are actually a few that I point out that I would like to get more in the series. I love the one where Mickey is thanking service people, but those are very hard to get. And when you do find them, they're expensive. So, yes, I'd love to get the holiday in the park. We're kind of evaluating if we might do another park or two this Christmas, too. So, back to Cedar Point. So you got the brochures. Now, of course, I had to get magnets at Cedar Point, and they had some of the coolest looking magnets I have ever seen for a roller coaster. There's my bag, if anybody likes bags. They made some for Steel Vengeance. If you don't know, Steel Vengeance has 3 characters kind of associated with it, and they did these kind of holographic magnets for them. And just the coolest thing, and each one representing part of the coaster. So you got the tallest, the fastest, and the wildest. And it's just really neat. And I just realized that one actually has a piece of the plastic coating out of it. Well, that kind of... Don't you love when you buy something and you get home and you go, oh, whoops, didn't check that one real close, did I? But you can see it's supposed to be completely whole there. But neat magnets. So, wow. I feel really silly with that now. With that hole in it. Such is life. I did get one other shirt, too. I got more coaster shirts that I can wear. But there is my Steel Vengeance shirt. And so again, you can see the tallest, fastest, wildest. And yes, Steel Vengeance was absolutely incredible. Yes, Craig, they should look familiar. You were with me. Why didn't you check my magnet, Craig? It was awesome to be able to meet Craig at Cedar Point and to spend the day and try not to get wet. And it was fun dodging all sorts of rain there. Let's see. Didn't I hear Nintendo is going to have its own themed area at Universal Studios? This is from Wolf Knight. What they're actually doing at Universal, Wolf, is they're taking the current kids area, which is kind of a Walter Land's area. It's got Woody Woodpecker in it. It has Curious George in it. A couple other things. It's right by E.T. And they're actually going to rip all that out and they're converting that into Nintendo World. So it's just basically it's a redo of their kids area, and that's pretty much what it is. I was excited until I heard that was about all it was. It was like, oh, bummer. Oh, well. Let's see. Did I ever have any interest in Disney Resort pass holder pins? Oh, absolutely. You bet I would. Those would be really cool. And my scroll just went, woo! There it is. No, I do not have any of those in my collection. I would love to have them because they're cool pins. They're unique pins. But no, Craig, I've never been able to get any of those. Is there going to be a Patreon Skype call this fall? You bet there is, Drew. I'm going to send out a note probably Tuesday on when we can schedule it. Look for it probably end of September is what I would guess. But we'll work on dates. So feel free to send me a note if you got availability on that. If you're not familiar with what Drew was talking about, for my patrons who are at a certain level of giving, every 2 to 3 months, and I think we've been doing about every 3 months, we do a big group Skype call where we get all of those patrons in together and we have a big video conference. It's a lot of fun. So, if you want to get private time, and it doesn't even have to be talking about videos, we talk about all sorts of stuff. So, thoughts on the state of Florida in general? It's in the south. It's hot. It's summer. I won't live there again. It was fun to visit, but... Rich King, if you give me something to notice, I'll notice. Same thing, Joseph. Let's see here. Let's see. Have I been to Canada's Wonderland? I've never been to Canada, Christina, so... Nope. A couple more things from Cedar Point. Am I Canadian, too? My family was Canadian. My family is actually French-Canadian. If you look at the last name, those of you who've seen it, in France it's been translated as Bernès, Bernaches, and all sorts of other variations. They married into the original settlers of Quebec City, and then there's a bunch in southern Ontario, just over the New York border. There's some very small towns right in there, north and east of Kingston, and my family lived there quite a bit. Let's see. So I've got my Disney dining bracelet and my my ride bracelet for Fastlane. Yes, I keep all sorts of junk. Of course, got to have park maps. So got a couple park maps there. And then, I didn't just go with a couple park maps. I bought the big souvenir map. This is something that Cedar Point does, I wish more parks do, is to have the large souvenir maps, and you can fold them out and then put them up on the wall, and these are awesome to keep. So I love those. And then, of course, I grabbed a couple other brochures here as well, including like their live show brochure and things like that. So that's kind of everything I got from Cedar Point. How much do I hate anime? I like anime. You better be careful, Will. My daughter will beat you up for saying that. My daughter is a huge anime fan, and I know better than to pick something my daughter doesn't like. Unless, of course, I'm just trying to drive her nuts. Christina Rice, Christmas Day, not only is Christmas Day a mess, the whole week before Christmas and the week after is the busiest time of the year. The parks will typically close their gates at around 11 in the morning because they reach capacity, and you are not going to move. You're going to have long lines for everything. Expect a 30-minute line for the bathroom. Absolute worst time of year to visit, and New Year's Eve is the single worst day. I cannot encourage you enough. If you want to go to Christmas at Disney, go the first 2 weeks of December. Do not go Christmas week. Terrible time. So, Walt Disney Planet, I'm hoping for end of September on the next Patreon chat. Watch your Patreon messages in your email, and you should get one there. Let's see. How hot can you expect it to be in Florida in August in 2 weeks? Well, September. Expect it to be upper 80s to around 90. Expect the humidity to be anywhere from 60 to 100%. Plan on rain most afternoons, and it will be hot and humid. So it'll be getting a little better. At least it won't be the mid-90s. But yeah, it's still going to be hot and humid for you. Let's see. How can you get over your fear of roller coasters? Rich King, the best thing I can tell you is look for my video about Knott's Berry Farm. And I tell you what happened to me when I was like 8. Other than that, I've never really had a fear, so it's hard for me to say. Start small and go big. But for some people, going big helps them get over it. So, let's see. What does Disney look for in the college program? Same thing they look for in regular cast members. People who are excited to work for Disney. People who love working with people. Again, if you look for my video, this is how I got my job at Disney. It'll answer a lot of that because that'll be pretty similar. So, whew. Now, one of our stops on this trip that we made too, we made a stop on the way home in Dayton, Ohio. At this museum that we didn't expect to be real big. It was the Air Force Museum, and I've already shown a couple videos on it. If you've never seen this place, oh my goodness. This is their souvenir map that they sell. And you see all those planes? That's one hangar. It was just crazy neat. Of course, got my magnet from there as well. That was one thing that was very expensive at that place, is magnets. This one wasn't too bad. It was $5.50, but most of the magnets are like $10. And I'm used to paying like $4 for a magnet. So, I mean, the ones from Cedar Point, in fact, were like $4. So, yeah, expensive that. But I did spend a little money there, and I got the souvenir walkthrough guide because this was just incredible. I mean, if you want to see pictures of this place, it was such a neat museum. So yeah, if you're ever in Dayton, Ohio, go there. Okay, am I weird that I'm smelling the pages and going, ooh, that smells nice? Okay. Please don't tell me I'm the only one that smells pages in my books. But that was all that kind of stuff. I do have mail as well, which I will be going through. I'm kind of looking over my list here, making sure I got everything I was supposed to get. And wow, we're 30 minutes in already. That's been going quick. Chivalry of the Failed Knight. Amber, you're going to have to check that one out. So Amber's really into Ruby, which looks weird. Oh, I did forget one thing from Cedar Point. My cup. Gotta have the souvenir cup. And this is a really cool deal. You buy this and it's free refills all day. And then it's 99 cents every day after that. So that pays for itself quick. Okay, there's all my Cedar Point stuff. That'll be going in my collection. Markiplier? Who's heard of Markiplier? Amber, do you know some guy named Markiplier? Why would he have pliers? I don't... Yes, I know who Markiplier is. I don't watch him too much. A little too much language for my taste, but my daughter enjoys him. Hello to Seattle, Rob. Yay! From Disneyland. How cool. Where were you at Disneyland? What'd you do? I'd love to know. I've got 3 letters, another envelope, and then I have a box that just arrived today. So, Amber, you forgot Ruby? You should be ashamed. What is the one Disney character I wish I could meet but never have? Ooh, that's a good question. Who would I like to meet? Robin Hood. That would probably be it. I would love to meet Robin Hood. He would be cool. I would say Figment, but we actually met Figment back when he still used to meet people. But Robin Hood would probably be the number 1. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I wouldn't mind meeting Grumpy either. I'd love to meet Grumpy, and I've seen him, but I've never met him. So, what kind of food do I like? Okay, favorite foods are pistachio nuts, tacos, pizza, pepperoni and olive, and then Mexican food. So I love Mexican food. So, oh, that's right, Rob. I remember you commenting now. I've been reading some of your comments on the videos. Old brain clicks on. So that would have been neat. That would have been fun. I imagine French language is a whole lot better than being, say, a Portuguese interpreter at Disney World. But we won't go about that. So I'm going to start opening up a couple of letters. How do cast members at Disney World learn to interact with deaf guests? You learn a lot of gestures and writing things out. And then if you really can't figure it out, then you look for somebody who knows sign language. So typically a deaf guest is going to be there with somebody who can speak and hear normally. And so it's not usually a problem. But Treasure Planet, that would probably be one of my daughters there. Let's see. Parents recently went to Williamsburg. I have been to Williamsburg. Very cool. Awesome on the brochures. I actually wish I had grabbed more when I was at brochures in the past. So, Prince John and Friar Tuck would definitely count, Joseph. Disney Duchess, you got good taste in characters. Let's see. Taco Tuesdays, yes. Any tips for a wheelchair user? Disney is probably the single best park for anybody with disabilities, Brittany. A lot of the rides have been fitted so that you can actually take your wheelchair on it. So like Pirates and Small World and Buzz Lightyear and Haunted Mansion, they actually have special cars where you can roll your chair right up onto the car and you're good to go. Toy Story Mania has that as well. So Disney is amazing. Sorry for kicking the desk there. Disney is amazing when it comes to dealing with disabled guests and disabilities and things like that. You're not going to find a better place. They've got a whole guide online, in fact, that will help you. And then questions, you can call them up. So definitely check that out. I think you'll be very pleased, Brittany. Wolf Knight, actually, no, I have not heard of those offhand. I'm sorry. Okay, so anyways, card from Barry. It says an anniversary toast. Boy, this would probably be a little outdated. When was this dated? This is 15th August. Okay. Now, my anniversary was actually June 26th when I was in Israel. But whatever you're doing, it's working. So here's to continued success. The day's filled with joy and contentment because you deserve nothing less. A toast to 2 wonderful people who know what true love is about. Who know that a strong, happy marriage means caring day in and day out. It also means looking at the stuff that you don't like and just going, okay, I'll deal with it later. A whole lot of times. My wife has to do that a lot. So, thank you for the card, Barry. Let's see. Yeah, Amber's going to be the one to tell you about video games. She can play a whole lot more. What's one place I've always wanted to go? My list is long, MJ Wiggles. Long, 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 long. Right now, top of the list probably would be Ontario and Quebec, Canada, just because of the family history. But there's so many places I'd love to go. It's terrible. If people ask, would you like to go to? And the answer is going to be yes. In probably 99% of the cases. So, What is the experience like for schools at Disney World? Edgelord asks. I honestly don't know because I really didn't do any of that. I know that you have a point, if you're coming with your band, where you'll either be at Epcot or Magic Kingdom. They will take you backstage, you'll get ready, and then you'll march through the park and play, and then you go backstage again. They may do a class or two, but I was never part of that, so I don't know what the whole experience is like. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be a great source of information, other than I took pictures of the bands marching at Magic Kingdom. And they made sure that the band leader got a hold of the PhotoPass card that had those pictures on it. Other than taking pictures, I really didn't do very much there. I'm sorry. Medical staff at Disney is incredible. Basically, they've got their own fire department that works everywhere. Joseph, no, I have not been to Austria. Okay, here's the list of foreign countries I have been to outside of the United States. I've been in Mexico, briefly. I've been in Colombia, South America. I've been in Costa Rica, which is in Central America. I have been to Japan, briefly. I didn't really get out of the airport, so it doesn't count. I've been to Hong Kong and China. And this was back in the 80s, so there was no Disney there at the time. I have been to Bangkok, Thailand, and around it. And then I have been to France. And that's pretty much all the countries I've been to. So, let's see. So, actually, this one is good timing. I want you to have a happy Labor Day. Good old Uncle Sam. So, nice Labor Day card there. Thank you so much, Barry. Yep, looks like Rob's got more information on the bands there than I do. Ooh, that'd be good. Oh, you know what? I know Disneyland has the one band that plays there that's a bunch of college students, and they're fun to watch. I can't remember what they're called offhand. Rob will probably be able to tell you that. But he can... but yes, Disneyland definitely has a college band that plays at the park, and they've been doing that for years. Disney World really hasn't. They've kind of got their set groups, and then they'll have high school bands come in. But I don't think Disney World has ever actually done a college group band like that. I wish they would. Okay, so we got one more here from Barry. Now I can see Amber is hard at work there covering all the questions I didn't get to. So, ooh, 7 days. You are very welcome, Jessica. I hope that my videos have been a good source of information. Just remember, when you walk into Magic Kingdom, the train station is not the castle. All-American College Band, thank you so much. Have I done Adventures by Disney? No, they were actually just starting that when... just before I actually left Disney, so it was a brand new thing. They were doing some stuff in Europe, and that was about all they had, which I couldn't afford that. They're expensive trips, they're great trips, but they've always been outside my budget. Let's see. SirWillow. Hi, here are some things I found at the dollar store. Enjoy, from Barry. Oh, these should be fun. Oh, cool. Window clings. For Marvel. Haha. Okay, so quick, who's your favorite Marvel character? Gotta think about it. And then there's also some Star Wars ones. So who's your favorite Star Wars? And then could your favorite Star Wars character beat your favorite Marvel character? Ooh, that could be a fight. Okay, wait, I'm reading that totally wrong. Hey, Jessica, or One Up Girl. My hubby is a PC game too. Your husband's a game on the computer? We might need to have a talk there. Sorry. Let's see. Magic Music Days. Okay, Gold Ranger. If you've been to Disney World for Magic Music Days trip, you can actually probably help explain better what you do on that than I can, because you've done it. Okay, now this is a heavier envelope from Barry. And then after that, I have a box here from Drew, who I know was online with us. One of my patrons, and probably watching to see my reaction when I open it. Have I seen Return to Oz? Yes, I have. It's the one I thought... No, I have not. I'm thinking a different movie. Sorry, Joseph. Okay, so I opened up the envelope to find another envelope. This tape. Okay, back to the letter opener. Spider Ham versus Max Rebo. Okay, that would be hilarious. he's got all sorts of stuff in here. Okay, here's a good question for you. Who can guess what my favorite Marvel character is? And I will give you a hint. It is not one of these. I better look just to make sure I don't say that and get it wrong. No, these are all Avengers. Okay, so my favorite Marvel character is not one of those. So, see if you can guess it. Yeah, Zam Wessel for Star Wars. At some point, Amber, I don't think I have told the video of you chasing Zam Wessel around. I can't remember if I told that in the one Star Wars video I did or not. I might have. I'm going to get this stuff out yet. Uh-oh, I have things falling. I found a carabiner. Woohoo! You got a few of them. There's like 3 there. Okay, so I'm going to get to clip something. Make it 4. What are these? Okay, so I have 4 gray bags. I will have to find out what these are in just a minute. Yes, Amber, I know you were listing yours. And they're combined with pouches. Ooh. So we have some sort of pouch here. So we get to find out what these are. Because here's a note. Haha. Doctor Strange. No, it is not. Rocket Raccoon. Good guess, Disney Duchess, but nope. Deadpool, definitely not. I like the clean classic version of Deadpool. I do not like the movie version of Deadpool at all. Not Spider-Man. So good guesses, but nope. Sarah, you never know. Like I say, right now I'm looking, as far as when I will be at Disney, I'm looking at 3 of them there. So possibly. Wolverine. I love Wolverine, but nope, not it. Groot is a new one. I do love Groot, but no, he's not my favorite. So, let's see. SirWillow. Hi, here are a few things for your October Disney adventure. Sealy! Shh! My dog's growling over there. It'll probably be hot then, so here are some cool towels. Dip them in water and they should cool you off when you put them in water. It'll be hurricane season too, so study up on the enclosed hurricane guide. I'm quite sure Disney will take care of you should a hurricane hit during your visit. Actually, the funny thing is, thank you so much, Barry, and actually these cool cloths are cool. No pun intended. Cool cloths. Our first year when we lived in Florida, we had moved to Tampa in 2004. And if you look at your history, we arrived in July. And just a few months later, this little guy named Hurricane Charlie arrived. And then Francis. And then Gene. And oh yeah, we got used to hurricanes in a hurry that year. Charlie admittedly kind of freaked us out a bit because it was originally aimed right for where we were living. And then, like less than an hour before landfall, it suddenly veered. That was a scary moment. But, yes, but thank you, Barry. These will be cool. I can definitely pack those. So, awesome, awesome, awesome. Good stuff. Okay, Amber, be picky. Groot is not new. I love Black Panther. Black Panther may be my favorite Marvel movie, but not my favorite character. Let's see. Ant-Man. No. Bucky. Nope. Although I do like the character. Star-Lord the Thing. Ooh, nobody's got it yet. Okay. I'll give you a hint. The name has actually been mentioned, just not as my favorite. There you go. And then if you think about this character, you'll probably understand why he's my favorite. So... okay, so box from Drew. Looking for any other questions there too. Yeah, Annalie, I think I told the story of Amber and Sam Wessel on the Star Wars Days video. When I have a whole video about Star Wars weekends, and I think I told the story on it. So, have I heard of Rev Audrey? No, I know about the Thomas the Tank Engine books, but no, I don't know about Rev Audrey himself, Wolf Knight, so something to think about. Let's see, went to Disney in July of 2000, we're there, got up to 150 degrees. It couldn't have been 150 because that would have been like 30 degrees over the hottest temperature ever recorded. It has reached 101 in Florida, Fahrenheit. But typically it's mid to upper 90s and then really humid. And yes, if you're not drinking water and if you're not getting shade and watching it, it's very easy to get heat stroke in the conditions in Florida. So yeah, you have to be very careful. And I know why you've got the degrees off a little bit, because trying to convert from centigrade to Celsius to Fahrenheit, and me trying to go backwards, I'm sitting there going, okay, so what would 100 degrees Fahrenheit be? I think it's like 40 degrees Celsius. I think. I don't know offhand, so totally understand that. Michael Grebeck. Oh, hey, and Julia just got it. Yes, Nightcrawler. Love Nightcrawler. And I have loved Nightcrawler since I was a kid. X-Men were actually my favorite series of comics as a kid. Loved reading them. And Nightcrawler, even when I was not a Christian, I just really liked Nightcrawler because it seemed like no matter what else was going on, he was a guy that held on to his faith. So I always admired that. So yes, Amber, good. You got it. Let's see. So I've almost got this thing open, Drew. So people are still commenting because they haven't seen this yet, because there's like a minute and a half lag from when I talk to when they actually see it. So yeah, it's actually one thing, Amber, you and I have in common. We both like the same guy the most. All right. So what did Drew send me? Oh, big bubble wrap. Okay, now have you ever popped one of these things? My dog just jumped about 6 inches in the air. Sorry, Sealy. Sort of. Not really. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. Ooh, Drew's got snacks in here. Okay, so somebody was asking about favorite foods. Well, this is cool. There it is. Pistachio nuts. And I love that it's marked for George only. Thank you, Drew. And there's also a gift card on there for Chick-fil-A. Yay! Thank you so much, Drew. Yes, we will definitely be making use of that. Actually, my daughter and I are going to be heading over to Branson this next week sometime, so we might even use it then. California almonds. Gummy bears. Let's see. Oh, Boom Chicka Pop. Sea salt popcorn. Okay, there's one of my favorite foods I did forget. I forgot to mention popcorn. I do love popcorn, and there's 2 things of popcorn. Awesome. Thank you, Drew. Oh, whoop. Almost forgot. Almost missed. Hey, Amber. You're going to have to come out here. Ha ha. I'm going to leave it here till you come here. So, yeah, she's going to have to walk away from her keyboard. 100 degrees is 37 Celsius. Thank you so much, Julie. I appreciate that. So we'll see how long it takes Amber to come out here. Only had duct tape. Hey, that's okay. It made it easy to open, Drew. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Want Up Girl, thank you again for the update on the temperatures, too. Let's see. Wondering why on busy days they never have all the load zones open on rides like Space Mountain. Nick, I don't know. Because I did not work rides at Disney. I'm not sure.
Your voice is delayed back there, so I didn't hear it first.
Yep, I know. So, there you go. You get to open it up on camera. She does collect keychains, so you might even be able to slide it out.
When it unwrapped, you gotta unwrap.
You gotta unwrap.
That's cute. It's a puppy.
It's a puppy. Hey, Ginger, come here. Come here. My real puppy is like running around my feet, but she won't let me grab her. Ah, got you. There you go. Puppy! Puppy! Yes, my puppy loves me. Okay. Oh, now she wants to play. Okay. Go on. Alright. Have I heard of Legend of Zelda? Yes, Legend of Zelda is a great game, but I haven't played it since like 15 years ago, so really, really bad. So, Drew, thank you so much. Amber, trust me, she's going right back and probably going on her big... She's got a box that she has keychains in. She's got a pegboard that's not on the wall right now, but... Oh, weird seeing me still up there. Amber has just encountered the time-space continuum. Which 2019 coaster am I most excited for? I haven't looked at everything that they have announced yet, Coaster Cinema, but the one at Six Flags Magic Mountain, it looks really, really cool. And of course, it kind of goes right alongside Twisted Colossus, so they're going to have two dueling coasters, but that one with a launch. So that one right now would probably be it, but I haven't looked at everything coming up yet, so I'm not totally caught up. So, ooh, popcorn. Ugh. Gonna make me hungry now. Now I'm gonna have the munchies. Thanks, Drew. So I think that's all of the stuff. Covered all the basics. Have I seen Leviathan in Canada's Wonderland? Yes, it's huge. Definitely one I'd like to ride sometime. Sarah, love living in Florida, but too hot and humid. Also full of allergens. Yes, Florida, because of the swamps, just has a ton of stuff. The other thing that I'm finding is with my heart does not do heat as well. And so that's made it very interesting sometimes. That was weird. A bird just flew out and hit the front door. Saw it in the window and then heard a thump. Weird. So, it's strange stuff when you're on live TV. But that's one of the major reasons I will never live in Florida again, is just because of the heat. We will definitely be there in July and August of next year when it's getting close to its hottest, just because that's when they schedule the meetings. So it'll be interesting to see how I do with that. And hopefully by then I will have lost some more weight and be a little better. I'm actually finally losing a little bit. I've lost like 7 pounds in the last month. So finally... do I ever consider Expedition Everest as my favorite? I love Expedition Everest, but no, never close. And again, if you watch my favorite coasters video, you will understand why, Wolf. It's a great coaster, but it is not anywhere near the same kind of level as the others. It's a family coaster, which is what Disney does. And I like things a little more intense. If you compare that to, say, Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point, they're in totally different realms. So... did I ever ride Back to the Future at Universal? Yes, Craig, I did. I actually enjoyed that. Here's kind of where I am. I am not a Simpsons fan, so when I was at Universal in January and was walking around with my friends and we looked over and I went, it's not Back to the Future, and we just kept right on walking. I loved Back to the Future, but yes to the Doctor. Let's see. You know, if we really need to fix time and space, I can always use this. And anybody who's a Doctor Who fan, well, they've got a much better chance of recognizing that than others, so. Stepdad almost lost his lunch. Yes, I can imagine that. Let's see. Better not visit Phoenix in the summer. Annalie, here's the weird thing. Phoenix can be about 10 to 12 degrees hotter because the group that's doing this convention in Orlando, they'll actually be in Phoenix, Arizona 2 years after that, and they've been in Phoenix before. I've been in Phoenix in August, and because it is a drier heat, it doesn't bother me anywhere near as much. The humidity is really what gets me. Florida heat, 95 degrees in Florida with the humidity, will feel closer to 120, while Arizona's heat, it could be 110, but because it's dry, it'll feel closer to like 100. As weird as it sounds, it actually feels cooler in Phoenix than it does in Florida. So, try fasting. I'm believe it or not, I do actually fast for church. One girl's talking about losing weight. Drink lots of water. Try eating 1 meal a day. Here's what I've done. I've almost completely quit drinking Dr. Pepper, which is my soda pop of choice, and I've gone to unsweetened iced tea. And I know some people go, ooh, I've always liked unsweetened tea. Unsweetened tea has pretty much 0 calories, so I have cut off just doing that probably between 400 and 800 calories a day. I've also reduced how much I eat and just trying to get more active. I do have a Fitbit. It's charging right now, which is why I'm not wearing it. So that has all helped, but the soda pop's been big just to start. And as the weight comes off, it's easier to get out and walk, and so then I've been doing more walking. So, what about Jurassic Park? Love the ride. Love the ride. Skip the buses. Have you ever waited for Disney buses? This is my one concern coming up in October, Nick, is waiting for the Disney buses. Because we will be there totally on Disney at Animal Kingdom Lodge. And I'm kind of hoping, fingers crossed, that the buses at Animal Kingdom aren't quite so bad. And then we'll be leaving with plenty of time. But yes, I'm definitely kind of watching that. Cab, we're on a budget. We can't afford a cab. But we'll see. What kind of music do I enjoy? Almost everything, believe it or not. There's very little music I don't enjoy. Edgelord, Fantasmic at Disneyland would be my winner. I've seen it at both. I love the Pirates and Peter Pan scene that is not in Florida. The Pocahontas scene in Florida is to me. And I love the fact it's on the Rivers of America. It's just a neater setting. So, hi, Mighty Mothra. Welcome. Thank you so much. Did I prefer taking pictures in front of the castle or in front of Spaceship Earth? Castle. That's an easy one. I love World Showcase at Epcot, but there is something magical about the castle. People are much more willing to smile at the castle, as weird as that sounds. It's just a neater setting, and people are more excited. They're usually coming in, and for many, Magic Kingdom is the highlight of their trip, and there's just a magic excitement and energy there when you're shooting. So if you're going to be shooting in front of anything, whether it's Spaceship Earth or the Tree of Life, the Chinese Theater, or it was the Hat at Studios, the castle beats all of those. Just a much neater photo, and the people are so excited. So I hope that answers that question. I did have another question, too. Where did I put the paper? Haha. So this is what happens when I get all the animals around and paper's knocked over. And I told Eric I was going to answer this question, and I lost it, Eric. I had a question from Eric Freebird. I'm trying to see if it fell somewhere here. Uh-oh. This is always fun. I honestly don't know where it went. I'm sorry, Eric. I lost the question. And I really wanted to answer it, too, because it was a great question. Sandy, did you take it? Wow. I am such a goober. I'm so sorry, Eric. Awesome question. I totally lost it, and I can't remember it now. I'm like... let's see here. Was there a character I did not enjoy working with? Sort of. There was a character that we called Two Shot, who was a pain in the neck. It was at the time PhotoPass had just expanded with the characters, and Two Shot did not like working with photographers, didn't like the fact we were there, didn't like anything that we did, and so she had to post pictures, but she wouldn't do anything else, and would actually turn her back to the camera and cut in front of us and the guests, and just a pain. So I won't tell you who exactly Two Shot was, but she was there for about 6 months, and then I don't know if they finally had a talking to her and she changed, or if she moved on. But yeah. But as far as a Disney character, no. I loved all the characters. Let's see. Left you to melt for an hour at Magic Kingdom. Wow, Nick. Buses are supposed to run every 20 to 30 minutes. It sounds like there was a big issue there. That's not good. So, we'll mostly be catching the buses before the parks open, and then at the end of the day, the one time we're changing parks will be from Epcot over to Studios, and we'll take the boat. So that's easy enough to do. So I'm sorry, Nick. That's terrible. I would have said something. Monorail or ferry? Take the ferry. The monorail is cool if you've never been on the monorail, but they are crowded. They're smashed. They don't breathe well, and unfortunately, the monorails right now, their maintenance, they're just old and worn out, and so they're kind of spotty. The ferries have more room, can get more people. You will wait less time to get on the ferry, and you'll probably actually be at the park faster if you take the ferry. Now, the one exception I would make to this is if you were staying at one of the Disney resorts that are on the monorail loop, then take the monorail. But otherwise, take the ferry. Much preferred the ferry. Let's see. Yep, Mighty Mothra, agree with you. Love the Dapper Dans. Actually, yes, Disney World has their own version of the Dapper Dans. And they come out sing along Main Street. But I'm trying to... Let's see. But they also have a different version of them during Not So Scary called the Cadaver Dance. And I'm hoping that I can get you... Let's see. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to pop this up here so you can see it. And that is actually the Cadaver Dance. So you can get you... So, and this is during their Not So Scary party, and I am really hoping to be able to see them during that. So, kind of excited about that. But I actually have video of the Dapper Dans up somewhere out there. Love the Dapper Dans. Let's see. Ever update the last scene of Carousel of Progress? I don't know, Crabtown. Carousel of Progress is one of those things, if they update it now, it's going to be a very touchy thing, because there's people that love it the way it is. I agree the last scene needs to be updated and fixed, but I don't know what they'll do. We'll see. Have I ever heard of Noel G? Not offhand, no. I'm sorry. But very cool that you got to meet him. Awesome. I'm terrible with a lot of the movie stars and stuff, and that they could walk in front of me and I wouldn't have a clue. I actually had times when I was working. I know for a fact there was a guy at Epcot. I was working at China, shooting pictures, and it was in the evening. Had a very nice picture with this guy and the girl he was with, and he finished up, handed him the card, thanked him very much, and then turned around and looked at the next guest, and there's these two girls going. And I went, oh, I guess this was somebody popular. And they said he was in some movie or TV show, and I didn't have a clue. So, I'm bad about that. Let's see. So, definitely update the last scene. Yep. I'm just kind of glancing here. Monorails have a shorter wait than the ferry? I would find that very hard to believe. Well, it depends on what time you get there, too. If you were there in the morning to the first 2 or 3 hours that the park is open, or the last 2-3 hours that it's open at night, the monorails are packed and will have a very long line. I'm really surprised, with the one exception being the monorails in the resorts. Now, you can always do something crazy like park at Ticket Center, the regular lot at Magic Kingdom, and then walk over to the Grand Floridian and ride the monorail there, and it will be a much shorter wait. But most of the time in the morning at the Transportation Center, it's a long line for the monorail. So, that's unusual. But the resort monorail, yes, will have very short crowds, and especially depending upon where you pick it up, it may be going straight to the park, and they're great that way. The resort monorail's great. What am I dressing as for Not So Scary? We're doing Peter Pan crew. My wife is going to be Wendy. My daughter's going to be Tink. Oh, and I can see she's already answered it. Joseph's Tubby, and yeah, I'm going to be Smee. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. Best day or memory, Taylor Smith, as a cast member. I have way too many. There is no such thing for me as a single favorite. There's just too many moments I love. And if you watch the videos, you will catch a lot of those fun moments and favorite moments, but there's no way I can narrow it down to just 1 or 2 or even 10. There's just too many. So, Will Smith, yes, you can hop on a resort monorail at the Transportation Center. Depends upon what they're doing. They have actually had times where security has asked for magic bands registered to rooms. Used to be they would ask for room keys. But now they will actually have it set up sometimes where you have to scan your magic band. And if you are not staying at a resort, it won't let you ride it. Unless you have a breakfast reservation. So they have sometimes not allowed people to ride that line. Especially if it's going to be a busier day. So, and I want to watch my time here because we're running pretty close. Yeah, I'm actually over my 1 hour. Poor no air conditioning. Wow. Nick, I'm really surprised at that with the buses. Now, I didn't ride the buses last time I was there, so it's really been like 8 years since I rode Disney buses, but that That's very disappointing to hear that their Disney buses are poor or no air conditioning, and that's really surprising. So, it's too bad. I'm hoping that improves. That's not good. So, but anyways, it's been an hour. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I think I've covered everybody's questions. I don't want to sit here and milk it and just sit here and go, I mean, I do that enough on my own. I don't need to drive you all crazy with it. So, thank you so very much. Again, if you missed it, Meetup at Silver Dollar City on September 13th? September 15th at noon by the train station. So September 15th, noon, Silver Dollar City train station. And then down at Disney, October 10th, Wednesday at 3 p.m. at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Hope to see you there. It would be a lot of fun if you can make it. Thank you so much for joining me. Last quick thing, Riddle 42. Is there a Disney job I wouldn't want to do? I actually have a video for that. So check it out. If you go to my channel, you can find that. Again, check all the descriptions below for the links to the Facebook fan group and merchandise and Reddit and all sorts of other stuff in there. Send me to your questions, your ideas. I love your feedback. Thank you so much for being here tonight, for being with me. I hope you all have a wonderful, incredible night. Thank you so much.